They told us the Arctic was empty, just miles of black water and frozen silence. But sonar doesn't lie. Last night, at 0200 hours, I picked up something, low frequency, rhythmic, deliberate. Not whale song, not seismic, patterned. At first it echoed 11 miles off our starboard bow. Then it answered our own pings, perfectly timed, like it was listening back. Captain Hale didn't even flinch. He opened a red-sealed envelope marked Ice Event, Level 3, and gave the order. Helm, come to 230. Descend to 1200 feet. Maintain radio silence. The crew thought it was routine. I didn't. Because according to the depth logs, we weren't the only vessel down there. And whatever was tracking us was already below. The crew pretended not to notice when the captain broke the seal. You never ask about red envelopes on a ballistic missile sub. They don't come from the Navy, they come from above the Navy. He didn't read it aloud, just scanned the page, folded it once, and tucked it under the sonar console beside me. If it returns, he said quietly, match its depth, maintain bearing, do not transmit. If it returns. That meant they'd seen it before. At 0315, it did. The contact reappeared, same bearing, same speed, shadowing us from 1,500 feet below. No propulsion noise, no cavitation trail, just that steady, pulsing rhythm. Each ping arrived exactly 9 seconds apart, like a heartbeat through the hull. Hale ordered all systems to passive, lights dimmed, engines dropped to whisper mode, and the only sound left was the slow groan of the ice overhead. Then sonar lit up again, this time from beneath the contact, a deeper tone. And that's when I realized whatever was following us was being hunted too. 1 contact we could handle. 2 meant this wasn't an encounter, it was a chase, and somehow we were right in the middle of it. We shifted to ultra-quiet mode. Even our coffee mugs had to be clipped down. At 1,200 feet, sound travels farther than light ever could, and right now it felt like the entire ocean was listening. The lower contact, the deeper one, started moving vertically, fast, its signature distorted, bending through the thermocline like a scream under pressure. I boosted gain. The waveform looked wrong, not mechanical, not organic, something between both. Then for exactly 47 seconds, the 2 contacts merged. Sonar stopped reading them as separate objects. The frequency dropped like a pulse slowing to silence, and every analog dial on my console began turning on its own, spinning slowly counterclockwise. "Power surge?" I asked. The captain didn't answer. He was staring at the reflection on the screen instead, his face pale under the red lights. When I looked closer, I realized it wasn't just reflection. The sonar display was showing our sub, too, but mirrored, inverted, and rising through the water like a ghost image ascending to meet us. Whatever was down there wasn't just tracking us, it was mirroring us. And if that reflection ever touched our hull, I had a feeling we'd never surface again. At 0347 hours, sonar showed the mirrored sub closing in, matching our movements within centimeters. Every turn, every correction, it copied perfectly, but in reverse. The captain ordered, "Ballast adjust down 10. The reflection moved up 10. Throttle -2 knots. It slowed before we did. Then the proximity alarm tripped. Proximity to ourselves. The computer was convinced we were about to collide with a duplicate hull. I switched to manual display and filtered the sound. The return wasn't metal. It had mass like us, but no mechanical hum. Instead, a constant low vibration, like wind blowing through stone. "Sir," I whispered, "this isn't sonar feedback. It's responding." Right then, the overhead lights flickered. The deck vibrated like someone had brushed the hull. Every instrument needle froze at 0. The captain opened a second envelope from the red case. Black seal, no insignia. He read one line out loud. "If the mirror appears, descend below it. Do not ascend." "Below it?" the XO asked. "We're already at crush depth." The captain didn't answer. He just said, "Blow aft canks. Take us under." And as the sub tilted downward into the dark, I realized what "below it" really meant. We weren't diving into water anymore. We were crossing into whatever was reflecting us. The hull screamed as we dropped past 1,800 feet. Every bolt groaned like it wanted out. Pressure gauges danced red. Sonar feeds dissolved into static, and the temperature outside fell fast. Seawater doesn't freeze down here, but the reading said it was below 0. The mirror stayed just above us, still moving in perfect sync. For every foot we fell, it rose the same. Then something changed. The deeper we went, the quieter it became. Not just sonar quiet, but total silence. No water noise, no creaking in the hull. Even the hum of the reactor dampened like someone had pressed mute on the ocean. The captain stood behind me, hands locked on the railing, eyes fixed on the monitor. "Depth. 2,000 and descending," I said. He nodded once. "Keep going until it disappears." At 2,300 feet, the mirrored contact shimmered, its shape blurring like heat haze. Then, all at once, it folded in on itself, a perfect implosion without sound. The sonar screen cleared. We were alone. Or so we thought, until every system powered back on by itself, and our depth readout didn't say 2,300 feet anymore. It said surface 000 feet. But the ice above hadn't broken, and through the periscope there was no surface at all, just a black, motionless void stretching in every direction. Somehow, the ocean we came from was gone. We should have been crushed or surfaced, but neither happened. The sonar pinged empty, yet it still echoed. The return came slower than it should have, stretched like the sound had to cross something thicker than water. "Confirm depth," the XO said. I ran the check twice. 0 feet, sir, but pressure's stable. Gravity feels normal. Then, something drifted past the viewport, a ripple of pale light moving through the dark, slow and deliberate. It wasn't swimming. It was sliding, like a current that carried its own glow. When the beam hit it, it reflected our own sub again, but wrong. Our hull number was reversed, and the emblem on the sail read USS Nimitz instead of Ohio. "Turn us around, we're leaving," the helm answered. "Sir, the compass isn't moving." The nav chart displayed the Arctic grid, but the coordinates didn't exist. No longitude, no latitude, just 3 letters pulsing at the corner of the screen. E, C, H, O. Then a voice came through the comms, faint, filtered, my own voice, saying, "Rule 1, never follow your reflection below the ice." That's when I realized what the red envelopes were for. We weren't avoiding something under the Arctic. We were avoiding ourselves. For a moment, no one breathed. My voice, my exact voice, kept repeating that line through the comms, warped and distant, like it was being played back from inside the hull. The captain's hand hovered over the emergency beacon switch. "Sir," I said quietly, "if that's a recording, where's it transmitting from?" He didn't answer. He just opened the 3rd envelope, silver seal, no insignia. Inside was a single phrase: "If Echo initiates contact, power down reactor immediately." But it was too late. The sonar burst alive again, every frequency spiking at once, forming a shape on the display. It wasn't a signature this time, it was language, a repeating loop of dots and pulses forming the outline of a sub. Ours. The XO shouted, "It's pinging us!" "No," I said, "it's responding." The signal grew stronger until it started bending the metal panels on the console. The lights dimmed to blood red, the air thick with static. Then the reactor dropped offline without anyone touching the controls. The ship floated, dead quiet, and a whisper came through sonar. "Surface not found." In that instant, I understood why the Arctic missions had sealed orders. They weren't protecting us from what was beneath the ice. They were keeping what was under here from ever getting out. Emergency lights flickered as the reactor rebooted itself, slowly, pulse by pulse, like a heart deciding whether to beat again. On the sonar, our reflection was back, but this time it wasn't below us. It was overhead. The captain ordered periscope depth, but when the mast rose, there was no ice, no sky, just another submarine, upside down, mirroring our every move in real time. Its floodlights swept across us, illuminating the name stenciled on the hull, USS Ohio. Our ship. The captain whispered, "All stop." Both subs froze perfectly still. Then the other Ohio's running lights began to blink. 3 short, 1 long, 3 short. SOS. The XO muttered. "No," I said. "It's not calling for help. It's warning us." The hull groaned as the reflection began to dissolve, its shape tearing apart like paper underwater. The sonar filled with thousands of identical echoes, multiplying faster than we could track, copies of us spreading in every direction. The captain sealed the final envelope, black wax, no label, and handed it to me. If anyone ever asks what happened under the ice, tell them we never left port. He turned the key to flood ballast. The sub tilted nose down, diving into the dark one last time. I don't know if we ever surfaced. The mission log ends at 0400 hours. But sometimes I still hear sonar in my dreams, pinging back from somewhere under the Arctic shelf. And every time it echoes, it sounds a little more like me.